Hi, BUBBLYPAM here, and today I wanted to make a video about Military Spouse Appreciation Day. Yes, so I want to tell you a little about my experience as a Navy wife. I'm wearing my Navy wife shirt and my husband's cap. And I wanted to tell you about what being in the military. Remember, a spouse can be either a woman or a man, and it's quite challenging, but definitely doable and worth it. So, to start, I am a proud Navy wife of a lieutenant, and I love him to death, and because of that I decided to move here into the States to join his life. And the first thing I was told when I met his family, I was like, oh, so you're loved by the sea. And I was like, what is that? The sea doesn't love me. And that meant that it's a love you find when you're like overseas or something. And later, I was lectured on the military life and told, when you marry Ryan, you're marrying the military. And I didn't like that type of warning or welcoming, because it was like, I'm marrying a man. I'm not marrying an institution. Marrying a man in the military means that you will have to participate actively in his career in order to succeed and perform. Military wives are everywhere around the world, and it is a connection, a cult of sisters that are all connected, willing to help another wife. And they are just great. So it is so good that we have this day to appreciate our work. I have some notes here, so I'm gonna be reading from them. And of course, I'm wearing coffee. Okay, to start with this, I want to tell you that according to the Huffington Post, there's a study that dedicated 75 years of research on what real happiness is. What is like true happiness in life. And that study concluded the following. So I'm gonna be quoting this person. It's called like the Harvard Grant Study. So the study of true happiness and what makes us happy and fulfilled. The true way of being happy and feel satisfaction in life is building social connections. Love is really all that matters, more than money and power. So if you're rich and powerful, that doesn't mean that you're gonna be happy and fulfilled in life. It's having fulfilling, honest, human connections with a spouse, a friend, a mother, a child, siblings. That is the key of true happiness. And with that, I am going to continue. Military wives have to go through extended periods of being away from their spouse, their friends, their families, their siblings, and mostly everything you know, all your cultural context, because some military wives travel overseas and are stationed overseas, like in Japan or Spain, Italy, Australia, and you are far away. I was stationed in Hawaii, and it was quite challenging having to travel from Hawaii to my country, Chile, with a 6-month-old baby. So next time that you see someone or you decide to salute a military service person wearing his uniform, and you say thank you for your service, if he's walking with his wife or husband, don't forget to address that person and thank you for your services too, because that person is making sacrifices, whether you know of them or not. So I'm gonna give you a little, like, in a nutshell, what type of sacrifices we do for the sake of our husband's career. So, some women who went to college give up their careers. Personally, I studied in Chile, and in order to get a job here, I need to get a PEA license and go back to school. And since I moved from state to state, teaching licenses are different from state to state. So I will have to get license for every state, for like the global license that allows me to teach everywhere. However, those are expensive and you don't get paid that much, and I have a child, so I will be working basically to pay for childcare. Doesn't make sense now. Many times you have to raise your children alone, because whether this man or woman is in school, so he or she is submerged in under books and studying and going to school because there's some material that they cannot bring home, they have to be there, so you don't see them, they're always studying. Second, they have a very important work position and like department head, and they have to stay very long hours. They have to be there first time in the morning and leave at the latest, because they're like the bosses, they're the people in charge, so you don't see them. Third, your man or wife can be deployed sometimes in war zones, or that person can be underway or done in training some other state. So many times you are alone and far away from family. If you're lucky, you get to be stationed somewhere where you have friends or family, and that's a blessing, true blessing, and you thank God for that. So when that happens, that you're alone, you become the driver, the plumber, the repairman, the cook, the doctor, you become Santa, you are the tooth fairy, you are there for parent teacher association, you are making Valentine's for your children, you're doing laundry, you're taking care of everything in the house. You have a nice power of attorney that gives you access to everything. You need to make sure that you're on page 2 and that you're the beneficiary. Because of all these struggles that women go through, because sometimes ladies have children with special needs, or teenagers that are like going through some stuff, they have to be the therapist, the counselors for these children, and that makes them become more sympathetic. Oh, I haven't seen more warm and kind ladies ever, because I came here and I knew nothing, like nothing. It was a huge process of learning everything, because I didn't know anything, like simple stuff as, for example, in my country, if you are going to turn right and there's a red light, you stop, you don't turn right with a red light. So I was there front row and people were beeping at me and like, hey, come on, like, but it's a red light, you shouldn't turn. Yeah, here you can. These ladies have been my tutors, my friends, sometimes even like mother figures to me. So I thank them for that, and someday I'll be that person too. Well, these women are not ashamed of feeling weak, because we go through so much up and downs that if you show a sign of weakness, they will be there for you and tell you, you can do this, this is it's not that bad. I know someone who knows someone who knows someone who went through the same thing and they made it and it was good. So they really cheer you up. So being weak is not something to be ashamed of. So I appreciate these ladies for not shaming me for being weak. They're very good at helping a newbie. Like I mentioned before, I was a newbie and I still consider myself a newbie. And they're all there, ready to help you. I was very vulnerable, like pregnant, just arrived here. I didn't have a green card at that time. I was in the process. I was married, but you still fear that la migra is going to catch you and deport you, you know, with a pregnant belly. So yeah. A whole different chapter comes when you are a military spouse and you have children, because you need to be there for your children. So a lot of your personal lives is left aside so you can support your child. For example, if your husband is deployed, you need to explain to your child, Daddy will be gone and probably he won't be here for your birthday or for Christmas or for Thanksgivings. And sometimes children have a hard time and they develop some weird anxiety issues. They have trouble sleeping. They go through some adjustments and it's hard for them, and you need to be strong for your child. I mean, sometimes for alone and then one of your parents die and this guy is deployed. What can you do? You have to miss your dad's or your grandma's funeral, because you cannot just leave the country or you cannot just leave the state and like, oh yeah, I'm taking the children from schools because I have to go to this funeral. Like, yeah, if you have good friends, they're gonna watch your kids for you, but it's not easy. You really need to trust this circle of maybe sisters, because shit happens. It's life. You know, life episodes make you stronger. You become stronger and then you feel that nothing could ever defeat you, ever. So sometimes you can get a little sarcastic, you know, when you see other women, I don't know, whining because the husband is away for a weekend. And you're like, oh, come on, try 9 months. You need to be prepared for the unexpected, because there's a lot of unexpected out there. You get so good at organizing things because of these predictable events. For example, you can put together a house in 2 days. And finally, when you are truly experienced with all this, you become a suitable person that is gonna open its arms to embrace the younger ones that need education and build their character. And maybe wives, most of them are good at everything because they have to plan parties, they have to plan weddings, they have to plan baby showers, all sorts of events, and you become really good at all this stuff. So sometimes when you have like the godmother, matriarch, one of the rules, when you usually let her or him do everything because she's so good at it, then you're like, yeah, I'll just watch from the back, because truly I'm not even half as good as they are. But if you have a problem, they're always there to give you a little tip, a little advice, because they've been through a lot. You ladies, guys, this is our day. This is our appreciation day. So you are entitled for some pampering too. We deserve a medal. I'm gonna exclude the other wives out there, because I'm sure that there are other jobs that are as tough as the military. But overall, women that have to take over and be a single mom in a foreign country, in a country that maybe you don't know the language, it takes some big balls to perform that. I'm telling you, I know that. So, happy Military Spouse Appreciation Day. We deserve this.